Friday, October 10th. Voter ID laws in Wisconsin and Texas have been struck down by the Supreme Court, which called them a poll tax. I'm Sandra Alvarez.
I'm Taylor Becker. We'll tell you about a species of whale that only has 50 living animals left. Your CSN News starts now.
The Supreme Court and a lower court blocked voter identification laws in Wisconsin and Texas Thursday, clearing the way for hundreds of thousands of voters in both states to have easier access to the polls as next month's midterm elections loom near. The laws are two of many passed by several states recently in what supporters say are intended to clamp down on voter fraud, but detractors argue the rules are discriminatory and illegal, calling the law a poll tax. The U.S. Supreme Court late Thursday blocked Wisconsin's voter identification from taking effect, reversing a lower court order to let the law stand during next month's midterm elections in a 6-3 ruling.
President Barack Obama is planning to designate 346,000 acres within the San Gabriel Mountains northeast of Los Angeles as a national monument, a step supporters say will ensure better stewardship in one of the nation's most heavily visited forests, but worries some local officials because of potential restrictions. A White House official, speaking on a condition of anonymity ahead of Friday's announcement, said Obama's order will ensure the land is permanently protected. The San Gabriel Mountains are a popular recreation area, and more than 15 million people live within a 90-minute drive. The White House says the designation builds on more than a decade of support for additional protection from various businesses and environmental groups, as well as members from Congress.
Researchers have called for urgent protection for a unique Gulf of Mexico whale that studies suggest could be one of the most endangered species in the world. This specific type of Brutus whale lives in the waters off Florida Panhandle. Latest calculations show there are only 50 left living under severe threat of habitat destruction. The whales were recently found to be genetically different from any other whale found anywhere in the world. The Natural Resource Defense Council is petitioning to have the small number of Brutus whales left in the Gulf listed as endangered. The hope is that the listing would guarantee the protection and support needed to allow them to recover. The whales do exist elsewhere, but research completed after the BP Deepwater Horizon oil spills found that the Gulf variant is in fact genetically unique. We'll be right back after these messages.
Do you remember the story of Snow White? The witch gave her a delicious poisoned apple, and it knocked Snow White out. If you want a delicious poisoned apple that won't knock you out, then look for members of the National English Honor Society. They'll be selling poisoned apples Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for just $2 each. Buy one for yourself or a friend. Poisoned apples only from the National English Honor Society.
Today's weather is brought to you by Dr. Kim Keller. Wellness starts with healthy teeth. See Dr. Keller today, give your mouth a fresh start.
Today's high is 73, low 43. Tomorrow's high 72 with a low of 42.
If you drive to school, be advised that 6 parking spaces along the street in front of the gym parking lot are being converted to a bus loading zone for sports. Therefore, these spaces will be closed for student or any other parking.
The ASVAB test will be offered to NHS juniors. Please sign up with the front office to help us order the right amount of tests. The test will be given here at NHS during the day of November 19th. Please see Miss Melbenes in the counseling office if you have any additional questions.
Once you win an iPad and a $50 Apple gift card, the dance team will be selling raffle tickets during lunch on Wednesdays, Fridays, and all home football games. Tickets are $1 each. $5 for 7 tickets, or $20 for 30 tickets. You may also talk to Mrs. Lindsay during any 8-day lunch in room 664 to buy tickets. Support your NHS Dance Unleashed. Drawing for the iPad and gift certificate will be at the last home football game. You do not need to be present to win.
Today's SAT word of the day is allegation, a noun that means an unproven assertion.
You can use it in this way. Although she backed up her accusations with evidence, no one believed Allison's allegations that the president of the company was corrupt.
That's your news. We'll see you here tomorrow, right here on the Bulldog Edition.